Day 1136. So I was just thinking when I looked at my hair is a little crazy today. When we were in line getting food at the event, one of the ladies was there, and she's like, "Where do you live?" And I was like, "LA." She's like, "Oh, that makes sense. You got an LA vibe." And I was like, "What does that even mean?" And she's like, "The haircut and the shirt." And she's like, "It's a compliment." And I was like, "Oh, nice." So I just thought about that because my hair is a little out of control today, but I kind of like it. But anyway, receiving. So I remember the lady who's running this event. She said she wanted a battle card on every chair in the event, and I was like, "Wow, that was weeks and weeks ago." And I forgot to bring them this morning. They're in my suitcase, and I forgot to bring them. And we're putting together swag bags and everything. And I was like, my mom was like, "Chris, you better say something. Like, we need to figure out how to get those in here." And I was like, "No, Mom, it's fine. Like, God will work it out." And she said something. She's like, "Honey, you got to be bold." And it was just like, that really hit me. Like, I need to be bold, and I need to be able to request things. I need to be able to receive things. And because that's a huge part, God showed me that the spirit of poverty is part of it, is the inability to receive. And so I ended up going up to her, and I was like, "Oh, hey, so the battle cards." And what ended up happening, she's like, "You know what you could do instead? Just put them on everyone's table. Just put it on the table in front of everyone. And then when you go up to speak, you can share about them and tell them what it is." And I was like, wow, like just receiving that. And like, we were just sitting down talking, and there's a circle of us, at dinner. And one of the ladies is like, "Do you want some water? Can I get you some water? I'm going to go get a drink. Do you want some water?" And immediately it was like, "Oh, no, I'm good. I'll go get it." She's like, "No, let me get it for you." And I was like, "Okay." And it felt uncomfortable to receive. Like, it actually felt uncomfortable to receive. And I was like, oh, wow. And so it's learning to receive is very interesting. Learning to receive and to accept things, and really understanding how the spirit of poverty has put me in this place of, I'm very bad at receiving, really, really good at giving. I give. But when it comes to receiving, I'm not very good at receiving, and I actually resist it. And receiving actually makes me feel uncomfortable. And it's just like, that is something that has to be broken, and it will be broken. And this trip, like, I wouldn't even be here if I didn't receive the gifts from one of the warriors and the gifts from my dad. Like, I wouldn't even be here right now. And so I feel like God is really showing me that I have this resistance to receiving, which is huge. Something as simple as like a water. Challenging, but God will get me through it.